Hi, I'm Andrew Robinson of Robinson Creative, and today we're going to be talking about the Edelkrone SliderOne Pro. Now, some of you may remember the original SliderOne was a manual affair that had a motion module that sort of screwed onto the back, and that gave it, automated control. With the SliderOne Pro, all of that is built in, meaning you now have this solid aluminum, very robust kind of mini, or I don't want to say pocketable slider, but it is small enough and light enough to fit in most bags. And you now have this automated slider control, which is great because using the free SliderOne Pro app, you can have very controlled movements from camera angle to camera angle, which makes editing and transitioning from shot to shot much more seamless and effective. And I know there's been some criticism about the size of this, limiting the length of travel. And I think the size is perfect. And I think Edelkrone in their own website is very truthful about when you have a longer slider, you really are only using a small, 2 or 3 second chunk of that longer move. And so when you're focused on only creating the part of the move that you're going to use, you really don't need a larger slider. The thing that makes the Edelkrone system great, and it was the same with the original motion module as it is with the SliderOne Pro here, the thing that makes it great is the fact that it is app-based control, meaning you can set the speed of travel, the time it takes to go from point A to point B, all using your smartphone. Because it is app-based control, all of the control rests in the hands of that app and the connection that app has with the SliderOne Pro. Because once you insert a battery, which is a standard Canon camera battery, into the SliderOne Pro, it is effectively on. There is no power switches, there's no standby or whatever. It's just on all the time, and then the rest of your interaction with this product is through the app. There are a few caveats, and I would say that the weak point of this system is the fact that it relies 100% on the app. And why that's a bad thing is the fact that sometimes the app loses connection with SliderOne Pro. Not all the time, but enough that it's worth mentioning. When it loses a connection, the app doesn't tell you that it's lost connection. You'll just hit slide and nothing will happen. Now, I think in the background, the app is trying to connect or reestablish that connection, either because it was so long between moves that there is a standby mode that Edelkrone really doesn't talk about, or it is just simply trying to reestablish connection. The problem is you may hit the slide button or some other control on the app 2 or 3 times, thinking that the app didn't recognize one of your inputs a moment earlier. The problem with that is that when it does come back online, the Edelkrone SliderOne Pro will try to achieve or accomplish all of the moves you just sent it, which will cause the slider to go maybe a quarter of the way, then jerk back, and then go half of the way, then jerk back. And you basically have to let this thing go through all of the commands you just sent it before it will come to a stop, and then you can resume whatever it is that you're doing. Show a picture, back of the camera. What? Hold on. What the hell is going on? Yeah, stop. Which is unfortunate because I would love for this thing to be a no-brainer recommendation, and I still very much love it, but if I know I have to work quickly, if I know that I have to get the shot every time and rely on this to nail the motion every time, I can't say that I'm 100% confident in its ability to do that. Another drawback to this though, however, that Edelkrone talks about it being silent, able to be used in like interview situations, I'm gonna say that's a no. Camera mics easily pick this up. If you are running external audio, maybe a lavalier or something like that, you probably will be fine. But if you're using like a Rode video mic atop your DSLR, which is sitting on top of this, filming an interview with some slight parallax type motion or slider motion, I wouldn't do it. On the plus side, the Edelkrone SliderOne Pro is built like a tank. I have no doubt in my mind that this will stand the test of time, and it is 100% a professionally built product. I love it. I think that its size and portability is amazing, and I think that a lot of people will benefit from that. I think as a motion control rig without time constraints, or without needing to know that you will get the shot every single time, meaning you can go back and repeat it if something goes wrong, this is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic, and a great tool for adding a bit of production value to your shoots. But I can't say that it is a must buy for anyone, especially anyone doing like professionally paid work where timing is everything and you have to get the shot every single time. This may not be the most reliable solution. But that being said, I still really like it. It is an awfully fun piece of kit, and it does add some production value to your shoot. And it's nice to have a little bit of motion control for time lapses or just general product shooting. When you're going from angle to angle, it does make for some very smooth and concise editing. So there you have it, our quick rundown of the Edelkrone SliderOne Pro. It's a great product, worth checking out, but it is not perfect. So if you have any comments or you own this yourself and have a different opinion of it, please share with us in the comments below. If you like this review, please subscribe, and until next time, happy shooting. See ya.